My name is Wes Pyatt, and this is Brian Boucher. I own Coast Range CrossFit, and he owns, which I need to add in here, owner of Midstate CrossFit in Merced. I'm in Gilroy, Garlic capital of the world, and today we are talking about a little somber thing. A buddy of ours, McCoy Turner, passed away, so we'll talk a little bit about him. We're going to talk about when you get the text message or message from a member that says, "Oh, I hurt myself and I'm going to take some time off," and what to do with that and navigating that whole thing. We'll hit the what really grinds my gears segment and kind of like talk about all this bold shenanigans with Metfix and High Rocks and World Fitness Project and CrossFit selling and whatever else. And we're going to leave with a new segment that Brian just came up with, and I freaking love it. It's called A Good Goodbye. And Brian's going to talk about something cool that happened to him. So let's start off with this. F you, PTSD. F you, man. That's this T-shirt. If you guys don't know, McCoy Turner. He is level 1 and level 2 staff flow master, which means that he's the boss. You show up on scene. You're walking up to McCoy. How can I help you, boss? What can I do? Which means that he has been vetted by Nicole Carroll, Dave Castro, Todd Widman, Chuck Carswell, Adrian Bosman, Austin Begiebing. The list goes on and on and on and on of the people that look at you and go, should we make you one of us? One of the people whose job is to shepherd, whose job is to guide, whose job is to deliver this methodology around the world every weekend to people in a way that not only changes their lives, but makes them have the funnest freaking time they've ever had in their life, too. And McCoy was the master at that. McCoy also had um, a form of, excuse me if I get choked up, PTSD called complex PTSD. So this is where you have, and I'm very familiar with this because I actually have it myself. And it's where you have not just one or two traumatic situations that have happened to you, but you could have multiple, if not dozens, of situations that have happened to you. And high or low scales, but it's more of the overwhelmingness of all of it that ends up getting to people, not just the overwhelmingness of the one incident that gets to people. And unfortunately for McCoy, it's what got to him, and he took his own life. Um, this, and just like anybody who's ever dealt with this before and had to deal with this before, knows that it comes out of nowhere, right? Air quotes, comes out of nowhere. So I guess the only thing that I want to highlight, besides go to justgiving.com and look up McCoy Turner. You guys can give there to help support his family. Um, there's a company called Reorg who works with military veterans, and McCoy was a veteran, and they help just continue to make sure that that family that no longer has this father continues to get really the funds and the sources and resources that they need. And that's where you guys can go to help out with that. Um, Go check out his Instagram, McCoy Turner. Follow it. And mm, yeah, Mm. Mhm, mhm. Yeah. Yes, yeah, dude, we always like, man, I've seen. Yep, yep. I've seen it where people have showed up for welfare checks and they literally put the guy who was about to kill himself in handcuffs and make him sit on the porch for an hour till the caseworker shows up in order to talk to him. He's still sitting in handcuffs so he doesn't harm himself. And like, and I understand it and I get it. And but this is the whole deal. It's like, yes, globally we need to figure out this dance. We need to figure out how to do this dance with all of the trauma that we globally have decided through our you know, commercial actions basically and consumerism to do and to put ourselves through all of this and we don't have to. It's like we got to just be gentle with each other and I think like, create more spaces for each other. Like, hey, this thing is called the Third Space podcast, right? And the whole idea is that you're creating a space in which you can go. Like me and Brian only started this podcast because it was our third space where I would call Brian, Brian would call me, and we would just vibe out about affiliate stuff, about, being a dad, about life. And we created this little space. And then, Webus created that space too for dads. And like it's just if we can somehow find, no, we don't need to somehow find, we have found. Go to a CrossFit gym. Not even close. Affects all. Hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Well, yeah. Oh, who cares what the reason was? It's like when somebody walks in and they're like, my shoulder hurts, and it's like we could sit here and talk for 20 minutes about why and how it happened, or we could just get to work on it. you know and it's like I feel like that's a situation. I don't want to get too stuck on this, but like one thing I do want to say is that like no, me too, as well. Obviously, and we know why we're for both of ourselves. But the one thing I want to say is like I think that a really simple approach to this is what just happened to me yesterday, and I want to give a shout out to my buddy Jason New. If you guys are looking for a new house, he's your man to talk to in Gilroy. He's a real estate agent here, but he literally walked up to me yesterday after the 7 a.m. class, and I'm just sitting there. I don't know what I was doing. I was on my computer doing something, and he just goes, "Hey, dude." And he kind of looked around to make sure nobody's around. He goes, "You good?" That was it. And he goes, I just kind of noticed it seemed like your head was down a little bit, and I just want to make sure you're good. I'm gonna cry about it because it was just like it was like guys watching out for guys. You know what I mean? Like dudes looking out for dudes. And it's like if we just do that, man, that was enough for me. The person like in that moment, I wasn't suffering in that moment, but if I was, holy cow, that would have been huge. So don't be afraid to go up to your buddies, to go up to your friends, and just to be like, hey, just checking in, make sure you're cool. You look like you might not be. And if they're not, then it's like, sweet. And if they are, they're fine. Then it's like, all right, cool, my bad, all good. So I think that's a way to kind of something you can, 'cause I always want to leave with an action item. You know what I mean? Like, here's something you can actually do to help. And that's coming from somebody who's, I hate to say that, like I said earlier, like I have complex PTSD, and I don't want to say I have anything. You know what I mean? It sounds like you like, like I've got this weird disease, and I think it's just something that I deal with on a daily basis, and I have different ways of dealing with it. So, anyways, the bottom line is that like everybody knows somebody who's suffering from this, whether you know somebody who's suffering from this or not. And so I think it's just important that we all just kind of highlight it every once in a while when this happens so that we maybe take an extra second to look at our friends and our family with a little bit more, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Yeah, I guess love and empathy. Yeah. All right. Rest in peace, McCoy. Rest in peace. But today we're talking about you get this message, and I just got this message. This is why I want to do this. Hey, I feel like I hurt my put body part here. I'm going to put time of days here off. I'll be back later. And then it might even be followed up with, can you put my account on hold for a little bit or something like that, whatever. And I don't even want to talk about the can you put my account on hold part of this, like whatever, that doesn't matter. I want to talk about why it is so important that if you feel like, especially as a new CrossFitter, that you might have done something to get your butt back in the gym and to have a conversation with the coach. Why, Brian? Why should we not take the time off and rest and do nothing? Ooh, love it. Hmm. Mhm. Or maybe you're just sore and you've never been sore before. It could also be it. That's what's happening with this person for sure. It's not like she injured herself, and I know that because watching the form, literally the entire time, there was not a single rep that was like, "Oop, that's where it happened." Because I coach, and now, hmm, hmm. Mm, mm, mhm, mhm, mm. The rounds or volume. Yeah. So this is Yeah, sorry. So this is where you got to be as a coach doing stuff. Now you need to go in and make a note about this person. Hey, here was the workout that happened or that they used. Here was the weight that they used. Here's how many reps that they did. And here's what happened afterwards. They felt soreness or stiffness or tension or whatever here. Now you have a volume parameter to go off of. And next time that they show up, like what's cool about Stream Fitness is now it has this little dot in the corner that shows that they have a note. And you could click on it when they're checked into class and it'll pull up the note. And you could be like, oh, what did they, oh, shoot, last time they did 75 reps and it was too much at 75 pounds. They're about to do 95 pounds for 100 reps. Whoa, hold on one second. Let's actually bring that back a little bit and make this minimum effective dose a little better for you. Because remember what happened last time, Lauren? Remember what happened last time, Bob? Or remember what happened last time, June? Right? We want to make sure that we're also doing our part objectively to make sure that this person is getting that effective dose. Mm. Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. Go into that deeper and what you exactly mean. Yeah, like what are the definitions of the two? Or you're the creeper at the gym that really wants to join one, that's for sure. Dude, no, that's the best. Keep that ritual, you know? Yes. There we go. Thank you. I was gonna be like, I hope you said go to the doctor. Yeah. That is so powerful. Yeah, yeah. Dude, I want one of those like moving skeletons so bad. You know, they had an anatomy class on like wheels. I know they're really expensive though. Yes. Mm. Yeah, yeah. How do I get back on the team? Wow. Yeah, what a powerful way to say it. Mm. Hmm. It comes down to like what's best. Is it like doing nothing, doing something poorly, or doing it really well? Like it's better to do something poorly than to do nothing at all, is basically what he's saying. Yeah, don't stop. Don't stop. You don't stop. Yeah, I'd rather have those. You go, you gotta go back and get new moms and dads and cousins and uncles and everybody they were surrounded with as children, and get them to change their whole way that they talked and the way they acted, and create a new environment for them to grow up in, so that now they're able to. It's like you're dealing with issues that you have nothing, you can't control. So like the idea behind it is like we want to create a step-by-step process. Basically, like somebody texts you, messages you, emails you, calls you, and says, "I have a hurt thing. Here's what I do. Number one, make a note about it. Here's what I just had a conversation with so so about, and on this date and at this time. Num- yeah, so I'll put the note on the athlete's profile, and then we use the app Marco Polo, and I'll send a Marco Polo to all the coaches, just letting them know what I just put in the app, so that when they pull it up, they have context to it. After that, I'm going to make a plan now, like Brian just said, some homework or something to do. But here's what I'm thinking about when I'm making a plan. Number one is why. Why am I making this plan? What do I like? this person has a hurt back, that's why. This person has a hurt shoulder, that's why. That will help you lead you in the direction of like resources and looking things up on the internet. Number two is, what is it that I'm trying to solve with that thing? And then finally, the three is, how am I going to solve that? So you got, why am I doing this? What is it I'm trying to solve? And how am I going to solve it? Then go up to the athlete with a co-op type of mentality. Hey, here's what I'm thinking. What do you think? Not, here is your homework, do it or you suck. That's not coaching. That's dictatorship. What you want to do is go up to them and go, here's what I've researched, found out, and with my years of experience think might help, but I'd love to hear your thoughts too and what we can do to make this better for you. If you just go through that process, I think that that is what you're talking about, Brian, as like the difference between athlete and member. Is now this person's like, damn, this dude is invested in me, and I feel like I have to then be invested back in them, like you're on a team, like you're saying. I love that analogy. That is such a great way to, and I want to figure out how to say that to these members we have actually right now. There's a 30-day little challenge we're doing with Bring a Buddy thing, and they're in there, and I want to make sure that they understand that. So that's going to be fun to try to distill down into a way to bring that to them. Mhm. 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 Do you would you rather have like an acute thing that happens to you every once in a while? You tweak a calf like I did, or a hammy, or you a shoulder thing, and it takes a couple weeks to get back, or would you rather chronically for the rest of your life deal with insulin shots or cracked heels and all that kind of stuff because you're a diabetic, or or hurt joints because you're 100 pounds overweight, or can't like, would you rather have that stuff, or would you rather like, oh man, I kind of tweaked my knee a little bit, I think I gotta like not take time off but like modify, yeah, modify some movement for a while? Yeah, yeah, totally. Hmm. Tact, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you just honest with the knowledge you have inside of your head. Like, here's what I think. And then sometimes that might be why people are willing to allow people to put their accounts on hold and not come back in, because they're a little unsure of their ability levels. Maybe they're a little unsure of like if they could get this person back. And I know I can because I've done it dozens of times with people in these exact same situations. The only way you're going to get better and know you can is if you actually make these people try this thing out, and try to give them what's really going to help them out and make them better, track their progress. Yeah, totally. Yep. Yes, it is. Yeah. Ooh, the Jiminy Cricket. Dude, that was the main correlate I saw between my calf rehab and other people that don't rehab is I'm getting almost 20 to 30,000 steps a day, moving weights, getting up and down through constant range of motion. I'm just not developing the scar tissue that somebody is that's sitting there 4,000 steps a day or under at their desk all day long. Like that's rehabilitation right there. It's just movement. Like you said, medicine, movement is medicine, right? Hmm. Yes. Yeah. You could be over beasting it. Yeah, that's a good way of saying overweight. You're over beast. You're just a beast, but you're just overly beast. But they really are, dude. Like the people that are the biggest are the strongest, man. When you get that weight off of them, holy cow, they got a lot of strength, dude. It's so cool. Yes, that's Sarah. I was just thinking about her. Yep. Mm. Little brief. Yeah, good. That's what you're supposed to do. And either she went, "What a weirdo," or she went, "That's what I needed." Cool. Yeah. Say the thing, guys. Even if you feel like you don't want to say the thing like Brian just did, say the thing. It helps sometimes. So I think the bottom line is that we're taking people from this group fitness understanding they have of like, I'm a member at this place. If something happens to me, like I'll just take some time off and I'll come back whenever, to like, no, you're joining a team and I am your coach. And if you get anything happens to you, my job and my career is based around getting you back into the game, getting you back on the team, and give me, please, the opportunity to prove to you and to gain credibility with you by doing this. Like, let me show you what we do here, that we don't do it like what you think. Mm, there, yeah, yeah. Like team wise, you mean, or person wise? Dude, it's underdogs. Oh, I got you. Yeah, like on the team. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, keep going. Okay. Dude, you're totally right. Yeah, immediately think of the person in charge. Buster, yeah, 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 yeah. Next man up. Doesn't matter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, we have all of our classes are named. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, go. Let's go. Let's get to work. Dude, and how I don't think people understand too, like how much benefit there is actually to doing the accessory work after you're injured and how that could actually be beneficial for you long term wise to actually do all these like weird little things off to the side for a little bit of time, or whatever it is that you're doing. Like that could be health wise actually better for you if you think about it. Oh, God bless your soul. CHP officers are, you guys don't even understand. Talk about PTSD. Holy cow. That's cool. She said that. Hmm. Totally. Yeah, dude, she's a CHP officer. She should probably shouldn't be doing pistols that often. Like her hip flexors are pretty tight. Oh yeah, they should call them. That's like team tight hip flexors right there. That's what you need. Vicarious experiences through other people. Yeah. Ooh, I know. I'm just not fans of cortisone shots. I hate them. They bother me. That's good. That's great. Yeah. Cool. And check out this podcast. Mm, yeah. Yeah, totally. They're supposed to be there to have fun. Yeah, make it fun. Make it fun. Yeah. Man, that actually, and you could do that through programming. This is a good plug for McCoy too. McCoy Turner, he did God, what was it? It was like 2015, no, 2017, I believe. There's an article on three programming mistakes that he wrote in the CrossFit Journal that really I will highlight this and help you guys out a lot with programming for people coming back and programming in general. So check that out on the CrossFit Journal. I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, I'll try to figure out the name of it and get it. But I'm pretty sure it's 2017. It was like three mistakes or something of effective coaching, or I can't remember. I'll look it up for sure. I'll put it in the show notes for you guys. But let's move on. Let's move on to what grinds our gears. What do you think? All right, dude, I'm pumped. Heck yeah. We're already looking at tickets for some Giants games. Oh, we gotta go to Giants game, dude. Let's get the families. That'd be so fun, dude. We'll get bleacher seats and stuff. Look into the 415 Club. Look into that. All right. So what grinds our gears? Right now, what's really grinding our gears and what's really grinding my gears is all this drama with CrossFit selling, High Rocks trying to come in and affiliate. Metfix now is in the scene. Basically, Greg's just back preaching exactly what he's always preached, except he's just going, "Hey, you guys didn't listen the first time. You remember what I said at the bottom? Nutrition, nutrition. Okay, you know what I'll do instead? I'll just make a whole new model that says, like, okay, focus on this, you idiots." He has been saying that since the beginning, that our focus as CrossFit affiliates is supposed to be on nutrition first. And so for all of you guys that are like, this is the new thing, this is the thing that's going to get everybody to actually blah, 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 you haven't been teaching it the way you were supposed to be teaching it this entire time. That's my thing about Metfix. But I'm actually kind of excited to see what happens with it, honestly. And then there's the World Fitness Project. So we've got all of these franchises or whatever they want to call themselves coming in and trying to basically take capital revenue away from CrossFit and put it in their pocket. And the way that they're doing it is by saying, we will provide this to you in which CrossFit is not doing right now. But I need to like just remind people to take a full stop and remember what Greg all taught us in our level one is that nutrition is the base and that metabolic fixing is what we do. And we use exercise as the driver to do that. You know, first thing I want to say is that I don't have anything against any of these things. Like, I'm totally neutral in all of it, honestly. You're just doing what you want to do in CrossFit, basically. You're cherry picking. Hmm. Totally. And I like to lift. Yep. Here's the one thing that does scare me about the affiliate model of it is I've met a few coaches now that have come to level twos that are High Rocks coaches at High Rocks affiliates, and their classes, they say, are like 30 to 50 people. And I'm like, I don't know if that's coaching. I think that's that. I don't even know if you could group manage that by yourself, you know? Yeah, just beep, next station, beep, next station. Yeah, totally. Yeah, you're just doing CrossFit. You're just doing CrossFit and you're cherry picking it. That's all you're doing. You're not doing the stuff that you actually don't want to do that's actually going to make you better. Copy that. Yeah, you do the exact same thing every single day, basically. Oh, so it's a lot easier for. I feel like, man, we're really hating on High Rocks right now. I don't want to hate on it because, like, I've never done it, number one, and I also think it's kind of cool looking, number two, and you need it. You're sprinting after somebody. Yeah, great, totally. Yeah, yeah. And burpee broad jumps. how to pull a sled and push a sled. It's like such basic stuff that we do it for our warm-ups. It's like, yeah, let's go on a run, let's push a sled, let's pull this, let's do some burpee broad jumps, and then let's go into our workouts. And here's some more skilled movements that will build upon these and make it actually harder for you neurologically, and you'll get a neuroendocrine actual response out of this thing instead of, it's like I think what all of this stuff is going to eventually come down to, and I think like what Coast Range will probably eventually come down to is if CrossFit ever goes away, is that like instead of being Coast Range CrossFit, we are Coast Range Community Fitness. And I'm not going to be a High Rocks. I'm not going to be an Orange Theory. I'm not going to be anything. I'm just going to be Coast Range because now 12, I mean, we're coming up on 12 years in April next month. And it's like, if I have built a really good reputation in 12 years of what we do and how we do it, and that, you're going to get good coaching when you come to me. So it's easier for me to say that I'm like not going to buy into the High Rock stuff or like try to jump on this train. And I can understand it'd be a lot harder for somebody else who's like, dude, I'm looking at dollars and cents. And when I look at my P&L and L and I look at what High Rocks could do for me, or I look at what, I think Metfix could do for me or whatever, it's like, if you feel that that is an opportunity for you, go for it. But here's what I'm going to say. At the end of the day, when I'm laying on my deathbed, I want to look back and be like, did I do it the right way? Did I do it the way that I knew was going to get the best results for everybody? Or did I do it in the way that got the best results for me financially? And I want to be able to lay on my deathbed and be like, no, I didn't chase the buck. I chased the health for every single person around me. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that by biasing, honestly, your training towards something like High Rocks, which is mainly cardio, respiratory endurance, and strength, stamina, and endurance, you are missing a key aspect of health and strength, which is just relative strength and being strong and having a neurological piece to it, like learning the snatch or the clean or whatever it may be. So, no matter what you want to call it, I will never stop doing constantly varied functional movements executed at a relative high intensity for the person. Um, yeah. I'm really excited to see if that's true when they figure out what it is, because like anything that puts an emphasis back into nutrition for me, I'm like, cool, let's figure out how they're doing that. And like if you got smarter promoters and marketers out there than myself, which is not a good one, in order to help me get that word out to people to bring, then that's what I've been trying to do this whole time. God, just pops off, huh? I just yell at Rich and whatever, and it's like, man, why, just chill, just chill. Yeah, it's not necessary. Mhm. Literally, I think that's a problem, honestly. Well, that's what made him so great, honestly, in the beginning. Yeah, yep, yep. Glassman wouldn't have done High Rocks, I'll tell you that. Hmm. Hmm. I'm very, I'm very loyal. That's my only problem. So I'll ride the CrossFit train until it dies. That's for sure. But if it does die, then I don't know about a Met Fix or any of that stuff for me. Honestly, I want to create a community brand that's like, I hope that they figure it out, man, because I want the best for everybody, and especially those guys. They're just good people. And they want to do the best, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to just do it better, but they're like, out. Yep. It's never worked. There's been plenty of gyms that have tried to, what Greg used to always say, try to fly that flag and see how it goes. The only gyms that's ever worked at is Mayhem. He's got Airbnbs up the wazoo. Yeah. Like, even the even the other fittest man on earth tried to do it and is having trouble doing it with his world or his, hard work pays off. Like it just doesn't work because the bottom line is that there's just not that many people that want to actually sit in a gym for 8 hours a day. They got lives and they want to use them. So that's supposed to be the whole point of CrossFit anyways, is not to be in the gym. It's to use the minimal effective dose in order to get out there to use it, right? Yeah. I think it yeah, dude. Yes, they are. Yeah, totally. Did they make quarters or semis? Did they make right? Like no, not even close. Not even close. Exactly. Exactly. But that's the thing, like, it's like anyways, yeah, alright. So, Medfix, Hyrox, World Fitness Project, all that kinda stuff. It's like, I think that the World Fitness Project could be really cool for a coach that really, 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 really loves competitive CrossFit and wants to have a really small affiliate with, like, 10 to 15 people that they are just, like, traveling and doing the competitive thing, and, like, these are their athletes, and this is their team, and they're paying them, like, you could make it work like that for sure, like totally. But then you got to think about the life cycle of those athletes and how long is that going to last? You bringing in new ones, or where are they coming from? How you getting them? How you developing them? It's like, oh, that sounds awful to me. But you do you, boo. Yes. Yeah. Here we are. Ta-da. Ta-da. Yeah. Yeah. Totally. You're so Boston. I love you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm reminded of the Buddhist story of who knows what is good and who knows what is bad in this situation. It's like, just wait. Let's just wait and see. It could be awesome or it could be crap. But no matter what it is, make sure that your affiliate, make sure your gym is doing what you need to do to have security, to feel good, no matter what happens with CrossFit or any of that stuff. Like these little small businesses aren't going anywhere. So yeah, you just need a good, yep. Yeah, it's like the Oakland days. Hopefully. Yeah. Yep. I love it. All right, let's move on. A good goodbye. Yes. Oh, my favorite. Yeah. Cool. Oh my gosh, so great. All right, well, hey, we're going to take off. Thank you guys for watching. This is the Third Space Podcast. Be sure to check us out on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and specifically, if you could share this episode with somebody, that's what's going to help us out the most. Hope you guys have a great day. All right, hanging out. I just got a text message from my coach, and she's like, I need to talk to you. I'm concerned about something.